know why we count down. Like, everyone ready?
We really should. It was when he was halfway through. I'm like, what am I doing? I can't stop.
At this point, we should just append the music to the start of the recording.
Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is...
Do you regret it yet?
Oh, man. This is episode 62. 62, and we still don't have the beginning countdown right. Sticks Gaming Podcast. I am Mike Harnett. To my right, Mike Steak Carnia.
Oh, what's going on?
To my left... To my left, Art. Why can every week be Shark Week? Rosian.
Never been a big fan of Shark Week. I'm getting into it.
I didn't even know this, but Shark Week's been going on for like 20 years.
Oh, yeah, it's been forever.
How do you have that much shark content? There's not new sharks.
It's a lot of the same shit. And then they come up with now,
People are getting bit by
have
sharks every year.
celebrities swim against mechanical sharks.
God, please let one of them die someday.
Yeah, I remember like...
I know it's a mean thing to say, but just
Well, this past year...
For the ratings.
This past year was Aaron Rodgers doing it, wasn't it? Too bad it could have been this
damn it.
year. I know. We missed out.
Snap off that right arm.
That's right.
All right, we got a lot going on. We're going to talk about, what we've been playing like per usual. We got some good news and our Desert Island games.
Woo-hoo.
I'm interested to see what you guys actually interpreted as Desert Island games.
Everyone knows mine.
I've a clarifying question I need on that.
Awesome.
We can worry about it later.
Stay tuned for clarifying questions. Steak, what you playing?
Just a couple of things. Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, continuing that. I am about 19 to 20 hours in on that now, and I am not far at all. That game is very difficult. It is a difficult Final Fantasy game. It's different, too. It doesn't always feel like a Final Fantasy game, but it looks great. It plays great. I'm really getting into it now and the strategic aspects of it. The story's starting to really pick up. But yeah, so it's cool. I'm glad I'm finally sitting down and playing it. It's something I've owned since the PS2 days that I've never really played.
Okay.
So I'm glad to finally be really digging into it. And then, of course, Dragon Quest VIII. I am now about 23, 24 hours into that. Again, not very far at all. But making some good progress there. It looks so good on the Nintendo 3DS. Like, for coming from a PS2 game to a little handheld is incredible. And it's just making me more and more pumped for Dragon Quest XI. So,
Which is in people's hands right now.
I know. Believe me, I saw Colin tweeting that out earlier. I'm so jealous.
Nice. That's it?
That's it.
Art, what you playing?
It's the stupidest question you ever asked me. What the fuck do you think I'm playing?
It's Rainbow
Dusty
Six
Diamonds.
and maybe some Hitman.
Yeah, I played both of those, actually.
So, here's what I've been playing.
I also played some Madden 19.
I was going to say Madden. That was my next one I was going to guess, yeah.
Not a whole lot. I loaded the game up and started I bought the game. I haven't taken it out of the shrink wrap yet. I'm playing the trial through the EA Access.
Okay.
I'm going to get my 10 hours and determine whether or not I'm going to keep this damn game.
Okay.
It's more Madden.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm waiting on... I'm kind of banking on that PlayStation do that 20% off for Spider-Man when it comes out.
Oh,
so I'm going to do 20% on Madden and Spider-Man if it comes out.
I did buy Madden for Xbox this time.
Okay.
Nice.
Mainly because it supposedly looks better.
Do you have any issues? I've done that once, and I had trouble with the receivers. Just like I don't think I'm as in tune with the buttons on the Xbox.
So far I've been okay with it, but I played like a preseason game or two, and I don't really. I think my first 4 plays were turnovers.
Yeah.
So first play was a fumble, the next 3 were interceptions.
That's not good.
That sounds like Madden.
It's embarrassing.
That's why I don't play Madden anymore.
So, is it?
Yeah.
So interesting you said I played Madden, because I played last year's Madden, and for some reason I decided to play Long Shot. And I played the whole thing in 1.5 sittings.
Yeah.
It was fine. Like I think I did like the characters. I thought the premise was dumb. Like in terms of like having a quarterback, a reality TV show, like that's no team in the world would ever allow that unless it's like the Canadian League or something like that. So I think that was kind of ridiculous.
Jerry Jones might allow that.
Maybe. And I didn't like.
He's a giant turd.
And outside of that, I thought. I mean, it's the gameplay was fun. Like I did like the guys. Like I said, I did like the 2 main characters' story and how it all ended up. But I heard like if you carry that on to the next season, like your save doesn't save. Like
really?
because there's like 3 different endings to this version of it. And the one person that I've heard talk about the new version said like none of their stuff carried over.
Oh.
I think the team that they got drafted by or picked by, like they're playing for a whole different team now.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
There's no point.
But I don't know. But again, that's one person's opinion. I have not done any other research beyond that.
Yeah.
I will not be able to confirm because I played the 2 games on different platforms.
There you go. Yeah, then that definitely will not work. Speaking of playing games on different platforms, I have started the first episode of Walking Dead final season.
Okay.
So, here is what I think happened. So, I'm trying to pull down my save because you have a Telltale account. And I had a Telltale account. I played all the other games, and I loaded my save into Season 3, no problem. But they're saying there's no cloud save for the 4th season. So, I'm like, what the shit? But I was able to download my save from Season 3 into this one. Which shouldn't be a problem, right? Because I transported 1 and 2 into 3, and then 3 into 4, so all that stuff should carry over, right?
In theory, it is Telltale.
The stuff in Season 1, the choice, because if you don't have choices in the game, when you start the game up, they give you like, here's a story of like Clementine basically talks about her story.
They basically give like a quick text, choose your adventure.
Exactly, like 1 or 2, like you get A, B, or ABC options on everything.
Is the option to let Ben die in one of them? Because that's definitely something I did in the first season.
That's what the Ben with the other girl, right?
What?
Oh no,
Ben's the fucking teenager.
Oh,
that fucks everything up.
Killed that.
He was a liability.
I killed that
like,
kid immediately.
Playing through season 1, everyone's a liability.
Yeah, yeah. So like when I got into it, I got a little upset that like I had to basically redo my story, which stunk. But I did. It was only, I think, 4 total choices, and I remembered all 4 of my choices I made.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't that big. If those are the ones going to be important along the way, then I think I'm going to continue my story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was frustrating because there's no reason that shouldn't have worked. Like if it got into 3, no problem. I don't know. So whatever. Just started that. Just about halfway. It's only 4 episodes. This one, which is kind of weird. Usually it's 5. So I don't know if the episodes are longer or whatever. I played for about an hour. Ran fine. Actually looked really good too. Like it's the first time I played one of these on the PS4 Pro. I don't know if that makes any kind of difference on my new TV.
I'm sure it helps a little bit.
Oh, good. Last game in this engine, they finally figured it out.
Yeah, I played it like 3 or 4 days after it came out, and I didn't have a single hiccup. Even the stuff in between, they're actually doing scene transitions as opposed to being like, all right, that's the end of the scene and this,
scene.
And that has been playing pretty well, but
Very fancy.
yeah, I don't know where the story's going yet, so I'm just too early to say. Other thing I'm too early on, I also started Detroit. Nice. I only played like 1 scene from all 3 of the main characters, so it was like about an hour in on that too. Super pretty.
Yep.
How do you finish the first scene? How did you finish it?
Save the girl. I think the other guy got killed.
I got, because there's so many different things you can do. Like that's the point of the game, right?
I saved the girl, and I think a cop shot him. When I told him like everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Give me the girl, and they shot him. He's like, you lied to me.
Yeah, it got to like a 75% chance of success.
Okay.
But I kept like, you had the option to like kind of stand back and keep talking to the guy or like move forward while you're talking. So I just kept like slowly moving forward, and I think I triggered something because of like, he kind of freaked the guy, the bad guy freaked out and like was gonna point the gun. He's just like, no, I'm just taking her, and like started like going back over the edge. And I had a quick time event. I ended up hitting it. I grabbed the girl, threw her behind me, and as I was dove, so both me and the bad guy both went over the edge.
Nice.
But because you're an android,
you killed Connor, you bastard.
I killed one of the main characters in the first 20 minutes of the game. But since you're an android, like you just into a new body, like there's like upload you, like as you're falling, there's like it's like first person, and there you can see like, you know, initializing like the cloud upload or whatever it is. So like as I'm going to my death, it's transferring my data to somewhere else to do it, which I thought was kind of neat.
That's cool.
Which I'm sure you've done something with each of the characters in that game. So yeah, you know that they have a program where the androids can go out for repair.
Yep. Yeah, I got that one too. So,
which is a nice cheery story on that one.
Yeah. So I'm just starting that too. So that's kind of all I really played. I haven't gotten too far into anything this week. The thing I played most, honestly, was our gift that we played later, because I got into that one a little bit. So we'll talk more about that later. However, Steak, what's coming out next couple weeks?
All right, August 24th, F1 2018 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Also on August 24th, Little Dragon's Cafe for the Nintendo Switch and PS4. Keeping my eye on that one. August 28th, there is a ton coming out. Holy cow. Blade Strangers for PC, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. Also on August 28th, The Blob 2 Remastered for Nintendo Switch. On the 28th, Donut County for PC, Mac, PS4, and iOS.
That's getting a lot of play. Like, that's getting a lot of
Really?
yeah.
It's a puzzle game, so that sounds about right. Yeah. Also on the 28th, Firewall 0 Hour for the PlayStation VR. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Strange Brigade for PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Sounds like a WWE like stable from back in the day.
I missed what you said. I'm
Strange Brigade.
I've actually been keeping my eye on that one.
Oh, yeah,
it
really?
looks interesting. But I think I gotta check though. I think they're trying to charge full price, and it looks more.
That was
like,
the original
no.
proposed name for Raven's Flock.
Oh, dude! When I was looking for the next gift, I saw a game. I was like, "There's not a chance in hell that game should be $40." It was Pro Bull Riding, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
I thought you were going to say Fire Pro Wrestling. I said, give me that gift.
No, no. They have a new Pro Bull Riding. 8 seconds to live or something bullshit like that. It's like $40. Get the hell out of here.
That's insane. Also, August 28th, Victor Vron Overkill Edition for the Nintendo Switch. And finally, also on August 28th, Yakuza Kiwami 2 for PS4.
Kiwami.
August 30th, Penguin Wars for the PS4. And also on August 30th, 2 Point Hospital for PC, Mac, and Linux.
That's that Theme Hospital game you're talking about,
that's
right?
that's like a reboot from Sega. Supposed to be really cool. It looks really good.
Yeah, I heard that interview after you said it. I think I listened to it while I was in the background doing something else.
Okay.
And they're gonna be that 2 Point thing is gonna be like their new sim banner.
Yep.
So if that one does well, they're gonna do some different ones. So it's interesting.
Yeah. Because let's see, what's it? Oh, that's just PC for right now. That's something when it's like maybe like on Switch, I would totally be all over that.
Yeah, I'm doing more sim games on the Switch. Like
Yeah.
instead of sim farming. Anyway.
August 31st, Naruto 2 Boruto, Shinobi Striker.
That's a made-up name.
That's like Smash.
Yeah, right. For PC, PS4, and Xbox One. September 4th, Dragon Quest 11.
There you go.
For PC and PS4. Also on September 4th, God Wars: The Complete Legend for Nintendo Switch. And finally, also on September 4th, Super Street the Game.
Ooh.
For PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And do not forget about your PlayStation Plus games for August. For PlayStation 4, you can currently download Mafia 3, Dead by Daylight, Here They Lie, which is also compatible with the PlayStation VR, and Knowledge is Power, which is one of those PlayLink games. For PlayStation 3, you can download Bound by Flame and Serious Sam 3 BFE. And for PlayStation Vita, Draw Slasher and Space Hulk. And for Xbox games with gold for August, you could currently download Forza Horizon 2 until August 31st. For Honor until September 15th. And for Xbox 360, which is also playable on your Xbox One, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2 until August 31st. Well, it does remind me, I did restart Dead Space.
Nice.
Now that we have all three of them, I was like, you know what? I've only really played through Dead Space 1. I touched a little bit of 2 and never touched 3. I'm like, you know what? Let me put it on easy. I'm like 2.5 hours into the first one again. I'm like, oh, this is so good. I forgot how great this is.
Yeah, and like the jump between 1 and 2 is exactly what video game sequels should be. Like it's all the stuff you love about the first one, but expanded upon.
Yep.
And it expanded upon. It's just so good. And then 3 went multiplayer and weird.
Yeah, I heard that one got weird. Really weird, but like I said, never got to it.
Yeah,
But so I figured, what the hell,
absolutely.
let me dive back in, and now that's my break from RPGs. Is Dead Space. That's a
break from RPGs. Yeah. Extra.
It's time for the news.
News.
All right, a couple to get through here. Some are quicker, some are a little bit longer. We'll start with Nintendo did a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct.
Woo!
They made some announcements.
Woo!
Announced a couple new characters. Simon Belmont.
Woo! I'm gonna have to get that amiibo now.
They announced Richter as an Echo Fighter for Simon, which I think is just like you
reskin,
hit a button on the
basically.
guy. It's an alternate.
Yep.
What else? They announced King K. Rool.
From the Donkey Kong Country series, the alligator crocodile looking thingy.
Yes. They announced Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night as an assist trophy. Crom is an Echo Fighter of Marth. Dark Samus is an Echo Fighter of Samus. Imagine that.
Yeah.
They announced 5 billion levels, 103 total stages in the game so far.
Ridiculous.
And even more songs. Like I heard the song number recently. I was like, that's ridiculous.
900 music tracks in the game.
My God.
Totaling up to 28 hours of music.
And you can use your Switch as a music player.
Yeah.
Like an MP3 player with those. That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. So, real quick, anything else on there? That was the thing I remember.
Well, the Castlevania level is ridiculous. Adding a whole bunch of stuff, like Dracula can show up and everything, which is awesome.
They announced some more weapon drops in the game.
Yeah, more Pokemon.
Zero, Knuckles, Crystal, Claptrap, not from Borderlands, some other Claptrap. Kappa, Chef Kowalski, Gray Fox, Nikki, Shovel Knight, Majora's Mask Moon, and Rathalos from Monster Hunter are the new assist trophies.
Damn, Shovel Knight, he should have been in there. He should have been in there. You know, buy that. There's a man who's going to buy that controller.
I think that's most of the big stuff. Worst part of the whole thing was they killed Luigi at the start of it.
I feel so bad for Luigi.
If that's a permanent thing, I'm done with Nintendo. I'm sorry, Switch.
They already said it wasn't.
I know. They killed Mario in an earlier one, so...
Oh, that's right.
It's definitely not.
Do you think...
But everyone's like, they killed Mario, or Luigi. I'm like, they killed a superior Mario brother, huh? I'm getting rid of all my Nintendo shit if they did.
God damn it!
Everything but the stock. Do you...
At least until Pokemon comes out.
Do you think it's going to fit on the cartridge? Or is it going to require a download?
I think this is going to be the very first 64 gigabyte cartridge.
Oh, that's a really good thought.
Because they have delayed them until next year, they say. But, you know, it's a first party game, so sure, they can use it. Yeah, I think it has to be a 64-bit cartridge. It has to be.
Look at those
just
songs.
the music tracks alone.
Oh my God.
Like, that's
28
insane.
hours of music?
Yeah, that's insane. This has to, because, like, for being a first party game, you cannot require a download. Yeah. Being a first party game, I think. I have a feeling. I just have that gut feeling.
I think they could, because I think, you know, with the large number of characters they have in this game, the large number of stages, I think you could probably get enough on the cartridge to let someone play that while, you know, downloads running in the background.
True.
But yeah, if they have the 64 gig, you know, cartridges ready, they'll definitely go that route for a first party game.
Yeah, and that was because like I forget who else. I think it was probably Foose I was talking to. But we were kind of talking about that too. And I'm like, I have a feeling this is gonna be the first 64 gig.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then
timing's right,
which means then next year's gonna be very interesting. I think we're gonna see a blow up of
third
party stuff. If that is the case, because if that's readily available, then cool. Because they're going to have to mass produce those just for Smash.
Good call.
We done?
Yeah.
All right. NES Classic was the best-selling game console in July.
That's so crazy.
That's nuts.
That's so crazy.
They had enough of them now to like sell more than any other console, and just I mean, I know this is my thing, but I've seen plenty of those things still available.
Oh yeah,
so
I was at Target today, and they had like 4 of them just sitting there.
So NES Classic is readily available for everybody. I just can't believe that's the highest selling. It's like a little.
Well, we are in that part though, where like with the other consoles, like everyone pretty much has it.
Yeah.
Or there was no big games coming out or anything to make people like like I'm sure there's plenty of people like like my buddy Chris he doesn't have a PS4 yet. When Spider-Man comes out, he'll have a PS4.
Well, that's what I was
you know
saying.
What I mean? Like
I'd be a lot more interested if they had done this release in September when Spider-Man comes out.
And also,
it still would have been up there, but I don't think it would have outsold like PS4. Or
I mean, it might have. It's a $60 thing as opposed to the $500 PS4 Pro bundle.
Yeah.
So I mean, it still might have happened, but it's a console. But I feel like you're comparing apples and oranges here.
Yeah.
I thought it was more interesting that on a re-release that they've had enough to have like just that many actually sold. So
yeah,
if they re-released it and they had a shortage again, See, I want to say like people would riot, but at this one they'd probably be like, yeah, you did it again, Nintendo.
Yeah. Nintendo.
Still no new news on the next Classic, whatever that is, because this is about that time. It was at the end of the summer when
it's the re-release of the SNES Classic is the next one.
Shut up.
You already have that, so you don't care.
Have it and had it hacked. Now.
Where's my 64? Where's my Game Boy? That's the interesting one. If they were to ever do one of those, and how they would make that work.
Yeah. What else you got?
All right. it was leaked earlier this week and then confirmed today that Diablo 3 is coming to Switch later this year. It will include both expansions, Nintendo exclusive items, and you can turn into Ganondorf using the. Is this a typo stick? Using the transmogrification feature.
That's accurate.
Transmogrification.
I think that is accurate. Yeah.
I don't know the game, so
I think it is. This is awesome. Diablo on the go. I am fucking buying this day one. Like,
Mike's fact checking.
Yeah, please do.
Transmagnifying wand.
Do
you hold that over your junk and it makes it look bigger?
But
apparently, it's a Kelvin and Hobbes thing.
Wait, Kelvin Hobbes in Diablo? You suddenly have my interest.
That's one of the expansions.
But yeah, I played the hell out of it on PS4. I will play the hell of it on Switch. They've confirmed also 60 FPS. It's going to be run at 960p on docked and 720p handheld. But they were like, for us, it was the 60 FPS locked was the most important. And supposedly, this only took 9 months to make. That's pretty great. Yeah, I understand that, yes, Diablo 3's been out for a little while and all this good stuff, but they've also made really good movements on the PS4 version. It's got like the Pro patch where it's 4K and everything like that. I'm assuming the Xbox version has the same. But yeah, I am super pumped for this, and I will buy this again.
That's really cool. I enjoyed the time we had with it when I played it, so I might
play it on the go, and then also too, we don't have to be online. We can just be in the same room on our own Switches playing co-op. Like, that's awesome.
So the next party, you guys are going to be the guys from that original promo video.
That's right. Exactly.
We're going to be on a roof downtown playing Switch.
Which will be amazing. But yeah, I saw a lot of people
be a big party. Everyone's socializing, having a good time, and you two are sitting on the couch.
I'm next transmogrifying.
Transmogrification.
That's right. Just plays Ganondorf. I saw a lot of people complaining because it's $60, but it comes with both expansions, because then it comes with the main one that came with the PS4, and then it also comes with the Necromancer one as well that they added on and everything. So it's like,
it's one of those things. Would these people be complaining if this was coming out as a Ultimate Edition or Game of the Year Edition or whatever on Xbox or PlayStation?
Yeah, probably not. No, they probably still buy it.
Importing a game isn't free. You don't hit a button and you also on a Switch,
exactly.
So.
Oh, then also too, it was funny because I was seeing a lot of comments. Everyone's complaining like, "Oh, look at all these ports coming, but give us Overwatch."
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it's still a port technically. Although they did say that could be feasible.
I saw that today too.
They said it would be a lot easier actually to do Overwatch than to do StarCraft 2. Is what they said.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. It was announced today that THQ Nordic has acquired the IP of Time Splitters. It was Time Splitters and some other game, which doesn't matter. Time Splitters is what's important. Yeah. Time Splitters.
Yes.
Time Splitters.
Oh God.
Nate,
no.
Yeah, so it wasn't like they bought out a company. They bought like 2 specific licenses. So clearly they're planning on doing something with them.
That's awesome. I think that they probably already have. They're not gonna be like, let's buy it and see what happens. Like, they're gonna be like, here's a proof of concept that's already built. Mm-hmm. All right, now let's go buy that. So I would imagine that something's already in the works for that.
I think what I saw, supposedly it was already kind of in development.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's awesome.
I always liked it just because it just jumped around so much. So it's not like you're not just playing all the way through World War II. Just playing all the way through whatever. Like it would jump, jump times, because that was the whole thing of it. So like having that with like modern day graphics, I think would be, even to keep like the cartoony look to it.
The characters were super cartoony, but they were all different kind of. Overwatch. All the characters are all very different. Granted, there's no story. There's a story there. It's just no normal person cares to look into that.
No.
All that.
Time Splitters Future Perfect is so good.
I played so much of that level editor and just did just making this anarchy pits and things like that, and it was good times. I would like max out the RAM they will allow on a level. I had so much crap going on in there. Yeah,
that's so much fun.
The computer's crashing.
Yeah, it's just running.
Yeah.
Okay, last news item. Last week, I believe it was.
Yeah.
There was a big to-do about something over at IGN. Apparently, other video game outlet, a YouTube channel, Boomstick Gaming, figured out that the person at IGN who did the review for Dead Cells basically plagiarized their review. And their approach to it was like I think they made a video on YouTube. They're like, what do I do about this?
Yeah.
Yep.
And eventually that like got back to the top people at IGN, and they're like, okay, we're gonna look into this because after watching your review and our review, there is enough in there that does not seem like a coincidence.
Yeah.
And the reviewer, I think his name is Philip Munchin, I don't know.
I think it's whatever.
They ended up firing him, which really
They
was
had to.
it was the only thing they could do because
You had to do it.
I don't know which someone posted. There was the video game media world was abuzz about this. And I replied to someone, one of the posts, and I'm like, they kind of had to fire him because if anything less, you're basically condoning his actions.
Right.
That is like, plagiarism in a this kind of medium, either it be like news or this or like Entertainment Tonight. That is the death sentence. Like, you're not coming back from that.
You go to college, you don't have to be a journalism major or anything. If you plagiarize in college, you're getting kicked out.
Yeah, 100%.
You're getting flunked and you're getting kicked out.
I mean, they teach you that back like in grade school.
Because
Yeah.
your
all the way back.
Your credibility is shot and shot forever.
Yep.
And so after that,
Paraphrasing, man.
the guy
Paraphrase.
got fired.
But I mean,
Change 5-6 words.
Well, no,
it did. It was a problem.
He did that in a lot of them, but he kept like the sentence structure exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's how a 12th grader would plagiarize
Right.
an essay for a book from Cliff Notes.
Right.
So a few days passed, and this guy posted a YouTube video where he denied. He's like, I did not knowingly plagiarize anything. And then he made the very, very, very fatal mistake of challenging. So the original report was done by Jason Schreier of Kotaku, who's like the best investigative games journalist. And he challenged him to find more examples of plagiarism. And the floodgates have just fucking opened.
Oh, it's a bunch. They're going through and taking everything he's done.
It's not just his reviews. It's like posts on.
Everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, so it's his reviews. He's taken them, and I think they've said like he's taken stuff from even going back to before he worked at IGN. We had his own YouTube channel. He took stuff from other videos. He took stuff from NeoGAF posts. He took stuff from other people at IGN.
Yeah.
And plagiarized it. And then someone even figured out that he plagiarized his LinkedIn page.
Yep, I saw it too. So he's I don't know if he's stolen an identity at this point too.
Well, that's like the last thing I posted. I'm like, do we even know this is his real name now, or do you steal that shit too?
Yeah.
I saw Brian Altano. He's one of the IGN. Like he's one of like
He flipped.
He's one of the most
So that's the other thing too. Like a lot of people at IGN have like. Instead of going like radio silent or like corporate handle this, a lot of them are like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah.
We trusted this person. They obviously represented the company we work for. We all put a lot of work into this stuff, and this guy just fucking ruined all of it.
Yeah, and he said a lot of that, but I think something that he said that was like the most. I don't want to say the most damning. This guy. He needs. I mean, obviously, he's never gonna get a job again. I would hope he would never get a job again.
He's gonna have to change his name.
He's got to go to like video editing or something completely opposite. He said that like, you're writing about something that you should be passionate about. Like you shouldn't have to fake an opinion on something that you're supposed to be passionate about and love, and that's why you do this. Like, it's not like you're not like going. It's not like me going in and talking about. Pressure cookers, something I know nothing about. Like you're talking about your own opinion on a game, on something that 3 of us and millions of other people would die to do for like a living, and like you can't find the time to like put your own thoughts to it. Like
when the reports initially came out before the floodgates opened, and he stupidly challenged. Like the best games journalist,
this guy uncovered stuff
essentially
from,
the entire internet. He challenged everyone on the internet to find shit.
Oh yeah, the minute you say something, that is to everybody. It doesn't matter who.
But before that, like some people were trying to like give him the benefit of that. Like maybe he had some family issues or something. Maybe something came up when it still thought it was just this one review. And if that's the case, you know what? You go to your fucking boss. You say, hey, my parents are sick. My kid's not doing well. There's not a boss in. That's. Most bosses are not going to hold that against you.
Right.
The people who work at IGN who I've seen talk about this make it seem like they're very forward facing on Twitter and stuff. They have their own accounts. They post regularly, and someone will be like, "Hey, like Brian Altano, you said his mother was sick and passed away like last year, I think.
Yeah.
And he like went and talked to his boss, and he just took time off work, and he disappeared for a couple months.
Yep.
So clearly, this is a company that, like, if that was the case, they probably would have been like, okay, go take care of your shit.
Right.
We'll get someone else to do the review. But yeah, he's done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like it's like you said, if it was like a moment of weakness and like you took like a half of a paragraph from somebody, then
shit happens.
Maybe.
Like something like that. Like having it happen once, and like you said, like if it's just like a paragraph or two, something like that. Like I mean, come on. When we were all writing college papers, we all did shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I mean,
it's like I got my master's degree.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just the way it is. But it's just like, but now that, especially now finding out that there's more and more, it's like, and it's bad. It's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
It wasn't even
you
like,
made a living off of this.
Like to me, it's like it's not even the more. It's that first video, not even the whole like challenging everybody, but saying I didn't do this.
True.
If you, I mean, like. Just
man
own it, man. And if you own it, be like, no, I really fucked this up. Like, I'm really, it's like, I
wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, just like, no, I wasn't gonna meet my deadline. I try to get there in time. I want to get most of the opinions are my own. This is a little bit isn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just something, some kind of act of contrition that shows he's sorry, as opposed to I didn't do anything wrong. Fuck y'all. And then like everyone like, all right, let's see. Well, and then then everything he's heading his way right now. He absolutely deserves.
Yeah. Well, like even if like you said, like if he owns up to it, even if he would have claimed like, hey, yeah, I go out, I check other reviews just to get other people's impressions. Even if he said, hey, it was an accident, it was something I heard and it seeped in my brain, I put it in there. Accidental plagiarism is still plagiarism, but if granted, searching through his history, you would have found much more, and it wouldn't have been.
I still think that would have come up anyway. Even if he came, hat in hand for that first video,
it would have
surfaced.
Yeah,
exactly. It would have surfaced. But
you're grabbing tweets from 10 years ago from James Gunn and everything. Like, I mean, just all that. I mean, people will do anything.
I can't. No,
nowadays.
I don't even get started on that. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a shitty situation. Like IGN's had like a massive amount of turnover in the last year alone. And I don't know what happened to Marty Sleva, but something happened because he just disappeared.
Yeah,
and almost half of the IGN staff stopped following him on Twitter and like a bunch of other stuff.
Who was that Nintendo guy?
Oh,
what was his name? Because I don't think he's barely around. He's not really around anymore.
One of the guys actually is working for Nintendo now.
Okay,
and then I can't remember the other guy's name too. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But all of a sudden, like they just start disappearing. Like it's
like Alana Pierce isn't down there anymore.
Because like. Ever since the Kind of Funny guys left, like that's been like the big downfall of IGN. Because like even then they were like, okay, hey, your favorite guys are left, we're still kind of here. Like here, give us a chance, kind of thing. It's like okay, whatever, that's fine. And then but then over time you're just like, well, wait a minute, like I'm seeing so many new people. Oh wait, now all the people I knew, I don't even see them anymore, or I see them like a video here and there, like Ryan McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I didn't know he still actually worked for IGN.
He just doesn't lie.
He disappeared for a while, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, here he is again, doing a whole bunch of stuff again.
Yeah, and I'm still a big fan of Jared Petty, and like I think he's just so quirky, and I want to hug that man.
He rose in the wrong way. I can't listen to him.
Yes, I can understand that too.
And I get and I'm the same way. I get why people like him too, but I just I don't know.
Yeah, so like, but like and Alana's gone, like Marty's gone.
Yeah.
So like all these guys like I did like are all on the shows, and like even I do like Altano. He's grown on me over the last like 2 years. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of calmed down and like been more himself. I think he's coming through more. I think because I don't know, but
part of that I think is like you mentioned the Kind of Funny guys left, and everyone saw how good they were able to do for themselves, and they went on their own. And now like Alana Pierce left. She's gone to Funhouse.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Naomi Kyle left, and I think she's doing her own thing. I think she's on Patreon trying to get her own money.
She is. Yep.
So all these people are leaving, seeing like, hey, there's other stuff out there we could do, and probably get paid pretty well for it. So
and be your own boss.
Yeah.
And so that's part of it. But like another like just in my mind a big takeaway from this is like all these IGN people who are still work there are posting like even what's the head Pierre Schneider, the guy, the head of IGN. Like they're all posting how much this sucks and like how this was like when it all came out, like this is the worst day in a while. Like I get that because while everything that this guy has done is under review, everything that IGN has put out has questions behind it now. Because they've admitted we have editors, but we have people who oversee everything. But nobody's reviewing their shit.
Well,
because it's impossible to review everything on the internet.
Absolutely. So much is coming out.
Well, like I said, you would also think, like, why in the world would I plagiarize something that's my opinion?
Right.
Like, why? I mean,
game reviews are your opinion, right? Exactly.
If you're, I mean, like, IGN is the pros of all this, right? Mm-hmm. It's not just some random YouTube guy. It's not us. You know, it's.
I'm a pro. Oh, wait. We've never been paid for this, so I technically am an amateur.
So, like, that's like the highest level of this medium, right? So, why would I check every single line of every single article that comes out there, which is like dozens a day?
Right.
That's the thing too. It's you hire these people, you trust them.
Right.
You know, hey, the stuff you've given me, I trust you. I trust you to represent our company.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, as much as people are saying like, go easy on IGN, they didn't know it's impossible to review everything. They hired the guy. They made him a representative of their company. So any hit they take, as a company from this, sadly it's partially on them.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to paint the broad brush like IGN. IGN always gets the whole like you can't spell ignorance without IGN. Whole thing, right? I don't think that is fair, but like they do own a part of this. Like they're a percentage of everything that happens. Is on IGN as well.
Any person who works for any company, if I go to work. And I go out, I'm walking to the train station, and I just smack the shit out of some bum who tried getting money from me. Well, guess what? I still have my work badge in my pocket. Yeah. I'm still a representative of my company.
Right.
I drive around in a mobile. I'm not gonna talk about it now, but like I have a giant. My car is a giant
billboard. It's a billboard.
Yeah.
So like I totally get that. Like you're always representing. If you're wearing the colors, you're representing representing whatever company that is. So it's super unfortunate. And I said
Well, reviews are going to start coming out a little slower out of IGN. I have a feeling, at least for these next couple of months. They're reviewing every review that comes
another
out.
part of this that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So that this guy, original guy, Boomstick Gaming, made this review, posted it, got ripped off. So IGN went, they fired the guy, they pulled down his review, and they had someone else on their team refilm and do another review.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of shitty. I mean, the Boomstick Gaming guy got tons of PR from this because his name was all over everything.
Why couldn't it be us? God.
Yeah.
Because none of us played Dead Cells. But I thought, like...
We don't get early codes.
He played
everything in writing.
No, he did his review on a early access that was available on Steam.
Oh, okay.
But in my mind, like, the make good move would have been to either link to this guy's YouTube channel and his review, or pay him what you would pay a freelance writer and make that your review.
Absolutely.
That's a good thought.
I mean, it's one of those things like they apologize to him, I guess. From everything everyone said, the guy's been like super understanding and professional about it. And like,
well, he was from the start when he's releasing that video. Like, hey, what do I do about this? Like, I don't know what, like, you know what I mean? And that's, even though you could tell he was being sincere, he's like, he almost like didn't want it to do that because he didn't want to get anyone in trouble.
He even said from the start, he's like, once they like confirmed, like, everyone was like, this is plagiarized. He's like, I don't want the guy to get fired.
Yeah,
I just want credit for my work.
Right.
But I thought it would have been like a good PR move for IGN and quite honestly the right thing to do to just use his review,
like here,
and pay him whatever your freelance fee is.
Sponsors this review.
Yeah.
Kind of
Either
like
leave the link up on your page, post a short statement about what happened, and link to his YouTube page, or pay him what you would pay a freelance creator, and buy the review from him.
Yeah,
that's wild. It's wild times.
It's a crazy situation. It's so crazy. I mean,
but
it was. I don't want to say it was bound to happen, but I'm kind of surprised it took this long for something like this to happen.
And the thing, like,
and with an indie game,
that's probably what it was.
That's
I mean, it was
crazy.
If this was like I don't know, something bigger, like the new Doom game or something like that. I think that's a bigger game that a lot more people are going to see and review.
Right.
I know this is a smaller game, maybe not a lot of people are going to see it.
Thought you could sneak one past.
Exactly.
Like see one. Let's say something else. But IGN and GameSpot, you always hear like people are always like, "Oh, you get paid for reviews." So this looks especially shitty for them.
Oh,
Which I mean, crazy. GameSpot's been proven to have done that at times.
Fuck GameSpot.
That's why I don't go there anymore.
But
they spoil everything. So.
Everyone from IGN, the people, all the kind of funny guys, anyone who's like worked there and left, they're like, we hear that all the time, and trust me, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, someone at some point would have said something,
right?
Oh yeah, like someone who finally left that hated, like probably left on bad terms with IGN. You would think they would just come out and say it.
Yeah, like this guy.
So this guy's nothing to lose now.
What the fuck? Who cares?
And this guy's not saying it either.
No.
So
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. I think that's all.
that's it.
That's all there is to say about that. So, topic of the day. We went to the old Google Doc for what will we talk about today.
Things need to start happening more.
So, I mean, a long time ago, we came up with a list of like different things we could talk about over time. One that came up was, the old classic desert island game. Like you're on a desert island, what 3 games would you pick as the games you want with you? But you had a clarifying question.
I had a question.
Shoot.
Do I have internet access?
I went on the assumption that you have everything is running like you're at home.
You have what you need.
Yeah.
So gaming wise, it's running like I'm at home, but I can't call it rescue shit, but I have internet access to play online games.
You're emoting like, help me.
The firewall is only to access game servers.
I'm playing a first-person shooter and spelling out SOS on the wall. I got the SO and sometimes it shoots me in the head.
That's a whole different topic. Right? All right, so we said 3, right? 3 desert island games.
Yeah.
So let me pull mine up. Anyone have it ready?
Yeah. I'll go with my first one.
I go ahead.
So my first one would be NCAA football 14.
Oh, that's a really good one.
The last one they made.
That's a good one.
Because college football was always superior to Madden.
You can play it forever.
You can play it forever because you can just keep going season after season after. I mean, you can just keep recruiting new players, keep building and building and building.
I had a Madden game on mine. Yeah. Just for the same reason. Sports games, you can just keep playing.
It's so perfect. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and just like I said, the football game, like back in the day, like the college football games, I would play those like freaking crazy. I would be into year 20 or of my dynasty. Like I would just keep going. I love those games.
I know I talked about playing long shot earlier, and it's just like the scene was like University of Texas against Oregon.
Yeah,
and it's like, man, like, it's like, come on.
I miss college football. So,
well, we
didn't have it this generation at all, which is just so disappointing.
There's been some recent court things that might make that possible sometime in the near future.
I hope so. I miss it so much.
I don't know
the
why
Heisman mode and everything.
I don't know. I understand why they just can't just if you bought the game, I bought the game, and he bought the game, everyone would have different rosters, and then there's no problem, right?
Right.
So
you start a whatever dynasty mode, whatever they called it. You download a roster from the internet, and it's randomized every time.
Yep. It's completely different every single time. Like it can be. Like the rankings can be modified based on their top 25 preseason. So like Alabama would have a higher probability of having better players, and so on and so forth. That's all they would need to do.
Yeah,
I think it's just that easy.
And then you have the community downloads to still get the names.
That's not my fault.
Well, I'm saying though, for our sakes, we still have the community and someone that will spend insane amount of hours doing that. But
the problem before wasn't community roster. It was that the players they had in the game, quarterback number 2 for Ohio State, it's Terrell Pryor. I fucking know it's Terrell Pryor.
Yeah. Well, that was the same, like, the last year,
the guy's 6'6", he's number 2, he's from his hometown. Yeah. He's fast as shit, he can jump and catch a ball.
Yeah, exactly. Oregon quarterback number 8 from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Jeez, who's that?
even if they just completely erased the whole, like, being able to download rosters, because at that point, right, like,
that's off their plates, because that's like that's a community thing.
I mean, they could take the locker feature. That's what that was called back then. That was the locker.
Right, yeah.
To download files, they can take that out of the game.
Yeah.
Take it out of the game. Just if it can guarantee me getting that game.
Yeah.
I'm all for not having the actual names. I don't give a shit anyway because I don't really watch college football.
Yeah, because you know what? After 4 years, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Well, right. And the thing, I never went and downloaded those rosters because also, too, like, I play with my team. It's like, I know who these guys are, too, personally. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, even then, it didn't matter because it's just like, like you said, after 4 years, they move on. You got a whole bunch of new people anyway. Yeah. Actually, each year, people move on because they graduate or they go to the NFL early. And I miss having that draft class to import into Madden then.
That never really worked well.
It kind of. Well, I did it though. What was it? I think actually it might have been that last year. Like with my created Heisman player, and I brought him in, and then I got to play as whatever in the next. That was cool.
It was like they always came in like too highly ranked, and by like the third year, like that rookie class was all the best players in the league.
True.
So you said you had a Madden on yours?
I did.
Okay. That counts.
Yeah, I know. I'm not getting rid of it because he's going to away.
I did. My first one, I put Minecraft on there because it is whatever I want it to be, and it played forever. And assuming I'm still getting the downloads. Like I played Minecraft Amelia like a month ago, and I didn't even recognize the game anymore because so much has changed.
Right.
And I was halfway through making a coin pusher machine, and then I stopped. So
Then I realized, what am I doing with my life?
yeah. It actually wasn't all
That's
that
how
hard.
Festivus was born.
Yeah, more or less. So I thought Minecraft would be a good one. Like I said, there's just so much you can do, and there's so much new stuff. And if I get done with that world, I just start a new one.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? So I think that's it's an evergreen game. It's always good to go.
Yep.
You start that. You got what do you got?
The reason I asked about internet access was Rainbow Six.
Of course.
It's the amount of time I've put in that game is just stupid at this point. Just stupid. And it's one of those games where, I mean, granted, at some point they're going to stop, but they keep putting out new characters, new maps, new content. So they plan on keeping it up, keeping it going for a while. So, at least the first 3 years on the island, that'd be cool.
This is an on the spot question.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege 2 gets announced. What's the number one feature you want in the new game?
I
think about
don't know.
that. You don't know?
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
I'll think.
It's on the spot. Let's start pretend. I'll do my next one. I put Super Mario Odyssey on there because there are 999 moons in that game. there are stuff I haven't even gone back in since the Luigi stuff.
Yeah.
And literally that game makes me so damn happy to play. So like I on an island by myself, I need a little joy. So I figured that would be my way to get a little more happiness in my life. And it is so big and it's beautiful, and I love that game. It was our game of the year last year, so
Right.
it's
Yeah.
a little more contemporary as opposed to usually when people think Desert Island games, they think this is my favorite game from 15 years ago.
Right.
I don't
Doesn't
have
to be.
no, I don't have any old
Nope.
game. Minecraft I think is the oldest game I have.
Yeah.
on this.
I thought about that too, because it's like, what from Nintendo can I play? I'm gonna play Dusty Diamond Softball. There's 6 games in it, and it's beat.
By the time by the way, I try to play that game and I am atrocious at it. So I need some guidance.
Go online and see if you can find a guide about the different players and who's good at what.
I just can't hit.
Are you playing slow pitch or fast pitch?
Fast pitch.
Fast pitch is easier to hit.
Oh, good.
Slow pitch, it's like the timing's fine,
Yeah.
but it's like everything's a weak pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I play for until 15 minutes too, so we'll see how that goes.
Go find a guide with some that tells you the
who.
players.
Yeah.
Or I go through that a little bit when I did the playthrough on
Yeah.
Twitch. It's on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Check that out.
I will.
The start of it.
I will.
I need a view.
That game. By the way, that game is very fun. You were correct.
That game is a blast.
Yeah. So, Super Mario Odyssey. What else you got?
Cool. So my next 2 choices, I've been going. I know what series I want. I keep having troubles deciding which game from that series.
Okay.
So obviously, for my next one, I will say Final Fantasy.
If you said Kingdom Hearts, I was gonna punch you. We've gotten this far.
Originally, I thought about Kingdom Hearts. I actually kind of written down. Now I'm thinking more and more. I'm like, you know what? But though I could seriously.
I will bludgeon you to death with this microphone stand.
I was trying to skip a week of talking about Kingdom Hearts because I have not made my Kingdom Hearts video yet, which
that's
will
right.
come. Probably once post baby born. That'll be one of my first videos.
You'll have giant dark circles under your eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts is the game.
Oh my god, it's great. I just got my new pop figure in, so
So confusing.
my Comic-Con one. So I keep going back and forth between 9 and 10. So 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like right there. I'm like, oh well, that's an easy pick. It should totally be 9, and it's got a lot of content and everything like that. But 10, especially the remastered one that they did, is like the international version, which is like the final mix version, which adds all these extra bosses, secret dungeons, all that kind of stuff. And there's a ton to do in that game, and I love that game a lot as well. So it's very difficult. I still think I got to push the edge just to 9 because it's my all-time favorite. I have beaten it 3 times.
Yeah. Wow.
And so like I could keep going with every time I play it, just brings me joy and everything. But Final Fantasy X does the exact same thing. It's like just right there with it. It's very difficult for me to decide, but yeah. But I mean, it's just like I need something like that, just where it's like I can spend 200 hours in that world, no problem. And then I can go play some more college football.
There you go.
Come back a month later, and be like, oh, let's do this all over again for the next couple of weeks.
Nice. All right, my last one. I wanted to put a game that I never played before, but I know I'm going to.
That's risky.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I take that back. I played like an hour of it, and I was just like, okay. But I'm like too intimidated to get into it because it's so big. I want to put The Witcher 3 on there.
There you go.
It's a ginormous game. I know it has all the aspects of games I like are kind of all in there in some way, shape, or form. But it's just on such a grand scale. Like I don't know if I can ever really get into it to play it like it needs to. But if I'm on a desert island, I got nothing else to do but eat coconuts and play this game. So I might as well pick something new and different. So yes, it is risky. So if I don't like a game, I have
2 games.
I got 2 games. You know.
Yep.
But I figured
there's a shit ton to do in that game,
and it's got a little bit of everything. And like I even though I just started, I really did like the fighting system, and I can see how that can expand and get better and better and better. And like I said, there's just so damn much to do. And I'm assuming I have the Game of the Year edition that has all the expansions and whole new worlds and everything else. So that game is big enough to tide me over until someone comes and finds me.
Or you die.
Either way.
See, so planning this, I'm like all these games I can play forever. Let's talk about the reality of the situation. I'm on a fucking island. I'm gonna be sunburned to shit in 3 days. And I'm just gonna drown myself. Because you know what? It's
just chugging salt water.
I'm gonna find the 2 biggest rocks, just tie them to my ankles, and just walk out and drop it.
Never forget that Castaway. Tom Hanks couldn't even kill himself. So like you can't take that for granted.
That's true.
I'll fucking find a way.
Even though he hit a giant cliff he could have jumped off of. But that's
besides the point.
That's not the point. That doesn't fit with the theme of the movie.
That would have been a quick movie.
Yeah, just
45 minutes in.
It fades from black. You just see a body fly through the screen. Fades to black. Credits. Castaway.
And it made millions.
Yeah,
the third game I would pick would be, for the very similar reason to why you picked Minecraft, would be GTA 5.
That one crossed my mind too.
Just because it's a game I know I like, and you don't even have to play the game. You can just fuck around in a plane or a boat or a tank or whatever.
And that's why I don't.
Plus, if I have online access, I can do races, I can do missions, I can do.
I'm curious to see how much more support that gets past Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
That one definitely crossed my mind as well because it's so much different stuff. Like you can just like.
If I want to play through the story mode, that's going to suck up 45 hours.
Yeah.
If I want to go through and get all the trophies or achievements or whatever, that's going to suck up another 40 hours.
Yeah.
And then I can just screw around in single player or go do the online stuff, and it's a never-ending game if when you get into the online stuff.
I just want to play college football now. You really ruined my life here.
Is that backwards compatible on Xbox One? Probably not.
No.
They probably would get sued for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost downloaded that when I saw my PS3 hooked up like 6 months ago, whatever that was, and it's like $20. I'm like, I should just do this.
Yeah.
Because I should just do that.
Yeah.
All right, that's all of them, right?
I got one more.
Oh, you got one more? I apologize.
Because Final Fantasy.
He went to 2, and then you came back to me and you for 3.
I'm fucking stupid.
That's all right.
Whatever.
No, this doesn't matter. So then this is my other series I was I keep going back and forth between 2 of them. And in light of the news earlier, Diablo.
Oh, yeah.
So I keep going back between 2 and 3. Because 2 is just such a classic, and it's so good. And I've played that so many times. But 3 just, is more modernized, and they're still updating it. So we talk about internet.
Yeah.
Like, they're still adding things to it and all that kind of stuff.
A plane just drops a new disc.
Right. Yeah, here you go. So... That's the hard part. Like 2 is like the nostalgia factor, and it's always been so good with the expansion and everything like that. Lords of Destruction, but I don't know. I might have to give a slight edge to 3 just because of everything that they've done to it, and like I put like 30 hours in like 4 days in that when that came out on PS4. I put an insane amount of time into that. Like that's all I did. I got home from work, I play it. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go to bed. Get 3-4 hours of sleep before work the next day. Oh, let's do it again. It was crazy. But it's just that's something I can play over and over. And then also too, because also there's all these characters.
Right.
Oh, I can level them all up. I can play as all of them through the story, and I got all this shit to do. So. That's another one.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of game.
It is.
For sure. It's a good one. So we all went with it like no one went with like their favorite games of all time. We went with like long term. How can I eat up the most amount of time?
I mean, for me, the only like Final Fantasy 9 is one of my favorite games of all time, but that's but that's still huge. Like, I mean, it's just that's my thinking too. Is like, oh, there's so much to do in there. I can totally just keep going.
Good call.
Yeah, I went with games that I can play for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to go about it. Like, honestly. All right, good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
It was time for my gift to you, which was our gift to us. So we decided to all play a game, and we all played Dead by Daylight, which was one of the PS Plus games going on this month. So we all played it, right?
Yep.
I had issues.
Uh-oh.
You just
Always. Dude, these games are not meant for me. All right? These games are not fucking meant for me.
What were your issues?
Yeah, go ahead with your issues.
So I logged in yesterday to play because it's been crazy. So I logged in yesterday and then right away I was like, okay, well, let me jump into the tutorial. Let me do the survival tutorial, then do the killers tutorial. Let me get the vibe for this game. I'm like, okay, this is kind of neat. This is a cool concept. I could see getting behind this. This could be honestly, it was like a simpler Friday the 13th, like basically.
It's better than Friday the 13th.
It was slightly easier and better.
Much better Friday.
Not easier, but just like I don't know.
It's more balanced.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. This is gonna be cool. Like, and then also after doing all that stuff, it's like, oh, I got all these blood points. I was able to level up my guy to level 4. So I was like, oh, cool. So at least I'm not like in the like the bare bottom person with absolutely nothing. I got a little couple perks here and stuff. It's like, all right, cool. All right, let me jump into a game. Let me start as Survivor, because the killer, that seems like a lot of work. Let me at least get the vibe for it. Let me do Survivor first, get my feel for the levels, how they look and stuff like that. Sat in matchmaking for about 15 minutes.
You said this was yesterday?
Yep. I was like,
I had the same problem yesterday too. It was a
cancel. I'm like, well, let me take a little bit of a break. Let me try again. Another 15 minutes. I was like, okay, not meant to play. Going back to Final Fantasy 12. I gave this game like an hour of trying to get in, and I couldn't get in. And then things got too hectic today. I was hoping to log in today before this.
Shit got real today.
Shit got a little real today, and I wasn't able to jump in and try it again. So, unfortunately, like I said, I at least did get to play the tutorial, so I at least got a vibe of what the game is, how it looks, and the game actually looks really nice. That's where I thought it looked pretty good. I like the mechanics of it, the whole repair the generators, get out, or if you're the last one, there's a hatch. You can find the hatch and kind of sneak out, which was kind of cool. In the tutorial, I made sure I was like, I'm like, well, no, let me go look for the hatch so I can see what it looks like, so I have an idea.
Yeah, it makes a sound.
And it was very difficult to find still. It was very tough. But I was like, oh, there it is. Cool. And then playing as the killer in first person, that's kind of really neat.
That threw me off guard.
I was not expecting, especially playing third person with the survivors, I was not expecting to be first person with the killer. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah, I like it like that too.
Going in with the lunge attack and blood splattering everywhere. Grabbing the person, put them on your shoulder. I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat. So I will when I get a chance, I will try to get into a couple games to actually see how it works with other people and stuff. So cool. It seems like a really cool concept, though.
Yeah, the whole idea is like you're either the one killer or the 4 survivors trying to survive. And like you said, the killer's trying to hunt you down. If the killer knocks you down, they can pick you up and put you on a hook.
Right.
And if you're on the hook for long enough, you die and they will get sacrificed, I think is what it says, and you go away.
You get sacrificed to the entity.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the word I couldn't think of the last time. Okay. Talking about this. I'm like, what's a fucking thing called? It's called the entity.
And if you're the survivors, you are, getting those generators back up and running. Once you get a certain amount of them going, you can you'll open up a door, and that's how you guys that's how you can escape. Unless you're the last one there, and that's when the hatch opens.
Yep.
So that's how they balance it, right? So if you're just one person left, if you're screwed. You're basically getting that door open is like an impossibility.
And I think if you're the last one to get the hatch open, I think there still has to be at least 2 generators running. It might be 3, but you can't have nothing done and get the hatch.
Right.
You still gotta do some of the quote unquote objective.
Yes, I jumped into the Survivors 2. You said you played this game before, right?
Very briefly, yeah.
Okay, so I jumped into Survivors 2. Where did you jump in?
I started playing as Survivor.
I have played multiple hours of this game. I don't know, 3 or 4 hours already. Because actually, I got into it. I did like it a lot.
Yeah.
I still have not survived as a survivor as of yet.
Okay.
I had my closest chance I had. I didn't. The first 5 times, I'm just getting mowed down because I don't know what I'm doing. Literally, the very first game, I was first one dead. instantaneously in my very first playthrough. I played through 4 or 5, and then I switch over to the killer, and I lose that game. 3 of the 4 people survive, but that team was super organized and they taught me how to play the game. So when I got back into the survivor one, like I was significantly better. Like I said, the closest one I've actually had to surviving, 3 of the 4 people survived. I was the only person who died in this playthrough, but I had the most points because I did so much work and got so many people off hooks and got so many generators up and running and did so much different stuff. But the killer camped the hook when he put me on it. So I was like, you mother.
And that's one of those things too, where that's like, it's one of the unwritten rules is like, if you're the killer, you're not supposed to be a dick and camp the hook. You're supposed to hook the guy. You could stay in the vicinity, but you're supposed to walk away and do something else.
Yeah, it doesn't take that much.
The game doesn't stop the killer from doing that,
Sure.
but it's just kind of like a gentleman's agreement type thing.
Yeah, I don't think everyone knows that.
Which
Right.
I mean,
I've run across that a lot.
It's free. It's free to play. So there's new people jumping in there who don't know like the unwritten etiquette stuff that the hardcore players know.
Right.
So like when I died, there's only one more generator they needed to get. So while I think I was sitting on me, they finished the last generator. 2 of the guys got out, and the third one was still hiding that they were across the map. And literally they had, because I spectated, I was like, these guys better fucking win, because I've done so much damn work. Like these guys better survive. And the hatch like was just like boop hatch like right next to the person. Like she got super lucky, and it was like right there.
Man.
And he jumped in, and 3 of them got away. With all of the 3 getting away, I still scored the most points in that game. That's how much work I did in that game. But I still haven't survived yet. I haven't gotten a chance to do it yet. But yeah, what's been your like first blush impressions of the game?
I mean, even having played it before as a survivor, I still haven't survived. I played a couple of rounds as survivor. I played 1 or 2 rounds as a killer. I didn't do great, but so the big comparison with this one is Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
It's the, horror movie type thing, survivors and a killer. And like I said, this is much more balanced than Friday the 13th. The survivors have a much more realistic chance at escaping in this game. Because I mean, you do have all the different killers, and they all have their own. Everyone has their own little special attack or their own little perk or whatever. But none of them are. Well, there's one. The doctor is super overpowered. But and like
area of effect on him.
Yeah, and the developers of the game, like they said, like we want this guy to be super hard to beat. So
they have different difficulties, like when you're picking them, don't they?
Yep.
Like is it easy, intermediate, or hard?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because the initial character they gave me to start with was an intermediate character. And it was like, no, like I need to change this character now. I'm like, no, I cannot do this. I'm like, give me an easy character, whatever that means. Like I don't know what this even means yet, so just give me an easy character.
I play as a girl because she runs fast.
Yeah.
Was it Meg Thomas?
Oh yes, it was.
So yeah, I mean, it's like I've played Friday the 13th. I didn't enjoy that game at all. Jason's way too overpowered. Which, granted, the killer Jason is a super overpowered villain in movies, so that's some people's justification. Like he should be overpowered, but like when I'm hiding in the woods, not moving, not making a peep, I don't think you should be able to see me and teleport right to me and kill me.
Right.
And this one, if you play stealth and you play it well, you can avoid the killer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if they, catch up to you and get their hands on you, you're hosed most of the time. I mean, you can try running away from them and jumping walls and throwing pallets down to stop them. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game. I actually kind of like it. I'm not going to it's not a bad game. So I like this game. I don't know if I'll go back and play it again. Because the one thing that I wish we would have done that I didn't think to say, hey, let's do this, is I wish we would have all played together
100%.
as survivors to see how that is.
100%. Because I said that team I played that was good, they definitely were communicating.
Yeah.
Like they were healing each other and doing like distracting me over this way while they get all this stuff done over there. Like they were getting all, and like I learned so much how to be a much better survivor just from watching that one go through. So yeah, I think the communication is definitely key. I know there's been times where I've been like I was squatting by like a car. I'm like, just heal me. Like you don't need anything special, just heal me. And then that doesn't happen.
No, we should find a night and play that and check it out together. That'd be cool. Because like I said, I definitely wanted to give this game a shot, because also too I was looking at like the trophies and stuff, and I saw it's got like all like the different horror icons. Mm-hmm. Like they got
Leatherface in there. They got the
They get the pig from Saw, which is
awesome.
Saw's
on there. One of them is free right now from some movie I've never heard of before, like the rabbit face one. I don't know where that's from, but that one's free right now. You can download that one for free.
Michael Myers is in the game.
Yeah, Michael Myers is in the game. I was like,
Freddy Krueger's in the game.
They have all these different aspects of it. Like, this is cool.
That's the other thing. I kind of think they started doing that to combat Friday the 13th. Like, hey, they got Jason. Let's get some.
have
Let's get
everyone
some name. Let's get some
Everyone
named
else.
characters in here. We're not tied to any one,
Right,
franchise.
yeah.
So let's, get these other characters in here. Which that's cool too. Like
It is,
if you're
yeah,
if you're
it's
into
good.
the horror movie genre, it's cool to be able to play a game with all those characters
And that's why I think I wanna get
and
into it, 'cause
actually
yeah.
be them. Usually when you
Right.
play like, think back to Nintendo, like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, you're fighting Jason or Freddy
Right.
or whatever. You never get to be them.
Yeah. And that's cool too. Like, that's what I liked about this is like you got to choose because like you said, like with Friday the 13th, it's random if you get to play as Jason or not. This you pick.
Yeah.
You want to be the killer or the survivor? You let us know.
I feel like
and
the
then
game
we
is.
put you in a queue for one of those games.
Yeah, I feel like the game is much more like I didn't know what I was really anticipating when I got into it either, but like I do like it's like a smaller confined space. Like I don't know what I was anticipating in terms of like the environment.
It is a smaller confined space, but it's still spacious. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I had matches where I was the killer, and I didn't fucking see anybody because they were all sneaking around, being real good about it. I'd see a generator pop on, and they'd be gone by the time I got over there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is possible to like I think of a game of like Payday where you're supposed to be able to like stealthily rob something, and it's super fucking hard. This game, if you're a team of survivors and you're good and you know what you're doing, you could totally stealth the whole match and have the killer like never even get a swipe at you.
Yeah, there's a lot of systems at play, and a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of, I think communication would help exponentially help the survivor's chances of winning. But yeah, I mean, like I'm probably gonna go jump back into it because I'm just damn bound and determined to survive a match because I was so close. There was two of them I was super close, and that one I talked about, another one with the killer disconnected when we opened up the gate. And the killer, I think, is the host always.
Right.
So like he drops out, the game's over.
I mean, you survived technically.
No.
I mean, not in the game, but I mean, if he didn't drop out, you were opening the fucking doors, you would have got out.
See, that's great, but
That doesn't work for you?
There should be something like that though, because look at like when you play like these sports games now. Like if someone's losing by like in the fourth quarter, they drop. They get the loss, you get the win.
Yeah,
like
it's
that's
that easy.
There should be something along that lines. Like, hey, if the gate is open, or like if you're in the process of opening the gate and like everyone's still alive, he can't drop. Like if he does drop, you win.
Yeah, the game should continue.
Yeah,
like I know
right.
he's a host, but like don't make him the host.
Yeah, you should let you finish it up,
So
Yeah, I mean, transfer the hosting responsibilities to one of the survivors then. And
and then you guys win the game.
yeah,
Right.
they do that in I remember.
Or
7 years ago, Call of Duty would do that. So jump out, the game would pause, and you just carry on to the next
yeah,
person.
or just give the survivors the win at that point.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. The two things I would change were A, that, B, the whole like area. I think there should be like an area of effect when the monster puts you on the hook. That would cause that, and that would like hurt the monster, right?
No.
Like either slow him down or like whatever it is. Like he can see if he wants to go in there and like say someone's trying to get somebody off the hook. If you want to like chance going in there and hurting yourself and doing it, that's your choice. But like make an area of effect where the monster can't be around that hook.
Yeah.
That completely changes the game.
Yeah.
It completely changes the dynamic of a game because if you're on a hook, you have the ability to get off. Your buddies have a chance to come get you. But if a guy's standing right there, no one's going to come get you.
Ooh, right.
And then the fighting, it might as well just kill you instantaneously when you push down the hook.
Yeah.
So if they just made an area of effect where the monster goes in there and he like becomes, I don't know, either slower for 30 seconds or some kind of effect that would hinder the monster from or hinder the bad guy from actually being effective for an amount of time. I think that would completely change the output of the game outside of the game.
Yeah.
And still be balanced.
Yeah.
Because it's balanced in the other direction when you're not
Right.
doing it. Outside of that, I am really enjoying it. It's a free game right now. Go play it. Okay.
On PlayStation Plus.
On PlayStation Plus. All right. So it was supposed to be my gift to you based on our random name generator that always picks me to give a game every single time we start this thing. However, you got things going on this week. So I'm passing on to Art. I'm going to put
Pass.
Can't pass. So here's my
Veto.
here's my proposal. You can veto or pass on this. Here's my proposal. We've been way too nice, and I think we're away from the heart of this segment.
The heart of the segment was to give people games to play that they might enjoy.
I don't think so. I think it was when we've given just random nonsense and garbage and stuff like that. I think we should have a round of evil.
Oh no.
Where we do a full set where we're just giving us for
Oh no.
just
Can we set some
garbage.
ground rules?
Because that means next time Art's giving me a game and he's giving me some of the
Even on
interesting
accident. He
games.
has. What rules would you like to put on there?
Well, I mean, like, try not to do like the same thing we've done before Like, we're not going to give Steak another MOBA.
No. I think we should just find like
Jesus
games
Christ.
that we just know aren't gonna be great.
We're keeping up our time-held tradition here of no Super Seducer.
Yes. I will not give them a dime. All right. Get a device that you can Google on up and running. So again, I mean, I was thinking like what's out there right now.
Yeah.
So I would like you to Google the words PSN and turd, because I did earlier today
Oh my god.
and actually got a hit.
Poop Slinger?
Poop Slinger, hit it. And read the description, please.
Ooh, it's PS4 Pro Enhanced.
It is.
Ooh.
Poop and Slingshots United. Grab hold of your favorite poop slinger, load it with your favorite poop, and start slinging. I gotta watch this video.
So yeah, so I was like, it was like, another name for something that's bad is a turd, right? So it's a PSN turd, and the actual poop game came up. So I think that is about as good as it gets.
It looks like Minecraft, kind of.
I don't think it's going to be completely atrocious, but it's definitely going to be stupid.
I was like, this is gonna be stupid, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
This could be one of these. I could see this totally being a game where it's like, before you know, it's like, I've been playing this for 2 hours. Like, what the hell?
This looks like it should be like a South Park minigame.
Yeah, it totally does.
So
Interesting.
It looks very blocky, and you're shooting poop at people from various distances in various settings.
So I would like you to play that as $5. It came out like 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna charge you 10.
What happens if you like it?
Wait, hang on.
I'll give you $2.50. What else are you looking up? I see if it's on Steam or something.
No, I'm seeing what the trophies are.
Oh, nice. Might as well get some decent trophies out of it if you can.
He's ahead of the game.
Is there a platinum?
Nope.
Oh, of course not.
A whole bunch of bronze.
Are they funny at least? No.
Really, it's like
Oh,
kill so many, eliminate so many people.
Now, if you're gonna have
unlock
if you're
different.
gonna have a poop game.
Unlock
how do you
different
not
colors
have
of
a sense
poop.
of humor
yeah,
about like
some
everything?
shitty
Yeah.
trophies.
Like,
Nice shitty trophies.
just have all. I mean, I think if I look at every single one of those trophies, like the achievement itself, I bet I can put like a poop pun on it. I guarantee.
I'm sure.
Unlock. Here's the name of the trophy: Unlocked all poop colors.
Well.
5,000 citizens, 25 prisoners, 25 robbers, 25 thugs.
Oh, that's boring.
Poop on a white duck. Poop on a chicken.
There we go.
Poop on a bucket. Poop on popcorn.
All right, let's get a little better.
Poop on a boombox. Poop on a toolbox. Poop on a brown duck. Poop on a cooler. Poop on a pig.
All right, that's a little better.
The quote unquote rarest trophy in the game has 19% of people getting it.
All right. That's pretty good for being a rare.
So that's how.
19%.
So that's how it starts.
Awesome.
Now what are you doing?
How long to beat?
I did how long to beat? I was gonna play Okami HD.
What was the name of this game?
It's
Poop
like-
what?
Slinger. It's like 30-something hours.
It's a long game.
I was
It
unaware
is.
that game was that big.
It's basically think of like Ocarina of Time, but like with a different skin on it.
I did not think it was gonna
Yeah,
be
it's a
that
big
big
game.
of a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, no, I still
say?
gotta
Is it
get
on
that for my Switch. That'll be perfect for that.
It's not on how long to beat.
You can be the first one. You can get us on the map.
Hell yeah! Sometimes I think it's one of those games where you don't beat it. It looks like it's like one of those like
It's the endless runner of poop.
endless
runs.
Get more points.
Nice.
Poop.
Anyway. All right. So are we down for this? The cycle of evil.
It's a real shitstorm.
See, how do you not just like? That could
puns
be
are
every
phenomenal.
trophy could have a poop one on it.
Okay.
They clearly didn't try very hard. I mean,
No.
You put it all into the game. It's all their love is into the actual gameplay and what it is.
Yikes.
So enjoy Poop Slinger.
Awesome.
I'm gonna buy it now and download it before I fucking forget.
Awesome.
You best not forget. This is very important.
Yeah, fine. After this, I'm fine with the round of evil.
That was. I figured that's why I would kick it off. I'm not gonna propose it.
I'm not looking forward to the next one.
I said no MOBA.
I got Poop Slinger. What do you think you're getting?
I don't even know because Steam allows everything.
It
now.
has a 1-star rating.
How does it not have like? If you're gonna make a really bad, if you're gonna make a really shitty game, Why would you not put a platinum trophy on it at least? I mean, everyone else does it.
It's like King of Poop or something. Like, it's very easy.
Platinum poop.
100 megabyte save size. What the fuck is this?
Holy crap!
There's a shitload.
It just keeps.
I don't think it's so easy.
It's just flowing naturally. I'm not forcing this at all. It's like you have verbal diarrhea.
It's just who's a developer? We should ask them.
It's diggity.net.
Oh my god! You should totally live stream this.
I don't think
Oh, it's not gonna happen. I school starting back up. No, I'm not live streaming anything.
Fair enough.
You don't got time for this shit.
I have to learn how to program in Python.
Ugh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
No, thank you.
All right, have you purchased your poop?
Nope.
Purchase that poop.
Nope.
You see how much it is right now?
It's $5.
Yeah, $5. There's another one I was gonna think about giving you too. It's like $1.10. It's on sale right now. But down from $3 down to $1.10. I just can't.
Okay. There's an RPG.
Fuck! I have to do it later because my stupid phone won't let me use PayPal.
Oh yeah.
There's an RPG on PS4. I forget the name of it, but its regular price is $50. But every time there's like an anime sale or something like that, it's $5. Wow. But if you don't get it during that sale, it's $50. It's
nuts.
like that's insane.
There's been two games that they're both names completely escape me right now. They're both on the PSN. They're both like $20, or else that would have been the one you would have gotten. But it looks like a PS1 game.
Oh god!
And it looks awful. Like I don't even know how they got made.
I'm gonna make Steak play Night Trap again.
Just came out on the Switch.
No.
Every single time I see someone come up there with like a Night Trap thing, I try to post from my thing. I'm like, this game's garbage. Friends don't let friends play Night Trap.
Don't do it.
Where can people find us online?
People can find us online on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes by searching The Sticks Podcast. On iTunes, you have to search The Sticks Podcast. If you just search The Sticks, you're not going to see us. The Sticks Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Sticks Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/sticksgamingvids. You can find our still outdated website, sticksgaming.com.
We're good at this.
I think that's it.
Steak final words.
So, I found a typo in the last. So since we've had the new banner, I had at the Sticks Podcast. Oops, I caught it thankfully for the last episode.
You have to go back and re-edit.
That's
all
why
those.
we lost. That's why we lost 50 followers.
But that was only like 1 or 2 episodes.
Whatever,
we had the new banner, so I was like, okay, good. At least I caught it this early. Because it was last time I was editing, I was kind of listening, like half listening while I was doing something else, just to make sure it was everything. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just hear at Sticks Podcast? And I looked, I'm like, it says at the. I'm like, fuck.
See, this is why that guy didn't plagiarize us.
Yeah.
Now I need to go out on Twitter and see if The Sticks Podcast is available.
So yeah.
And just put one tweet that says, please go to this other account.
So that's fixed now.
Good.
Yeah.
At Sticks Podcast, everybody.
At Sticks Podcast. Poop.
See you next time.